It's a weird situation right now. You got Dylan White claiming that Joshua was going to fight Jarrell Miller next. And you got Jarrell Miller saying that Joshua was going to fight Dylan White next. So nobody's fighting Joshua right now, it seems. There has also been a rumor going around that Anthony Joshua is going to fight Wladimir Klitschko in a rematch on April 13th. I'm sure some of you have heard this rumor and seen a poster flying around. I don't know whether that poster is real or fake. I hope that AJ ain't fighting Klitschko in a rematch next. I certainly hope not, because that is a fight where you're recycling an old opponent and there's really nothing to gain from it. You might gain a decent payday out of it, but in terms of credibility and world standing, there's nothing to gain from it. Wladimir Klitschko's had an extra year out the ring, 2 back-to-back losses, or more than an extra year. Is it 2 years now? He's even older than he was before. So if AJ goes in there and, blasts Klitschko out in a couple of rounds, so what? Wasn't he supposed to do that? And if he struggles or even loses, boy, that would destroy his reputation and destroy his career. I just don't see what AJ would gain other than, the obvious payday from beating a Wladimir Klitschko. And it is risky because Wladimir Klitschko, as old as he is and as inactive as he's been now, he's vastly experienced, technically still very good. He's still been sparring. He's still in shape. So, it's just an unnecessary risk. It's a fight which you would favor, or I would favor AJ heavily to win. Because, you look at the video I did about mentality, right? When AJ went in there against Wladimir, he was a bit too respectful. He was a bit too much, spud your fist, big bro, and all that kind of business. I didn't like it. I would have preferred AJ to go in there more with the mentality of a Tyson Fury in terms of who the hell are you? An Errol Spence, who the hell are you? That kind of mentality. With Klitschko, he was under the Klitschko spell a little bit in that first fight. By the end of the fight, he was no longer under the spell, of course. But in the build up to the fight and in the early stages of the fight, he was under that Klitschko spell. But be that as it may, yeah, it's just an unnecessary fight. A potential banana skin. AJ should win it comfortably, given the fact that he's young and active and he would have learned from the first fight and he's grown since the first fight. But it's just, I don't know, it would just be a silly fight to make in my view. And Klitschko has always been a very careful character. If he was to come back and fight AJ in his first fight back, April 13th, to me that sounds like, or that would seem like a desperate move. And Klitschko has very rarely in his career come across as desperate. He's always come across as careful and calculated. And the rumors of him coming back were, regarding him having some tune-up fights first before stepping up and taking on an AJ or a Fury, etc. So, yeah, I doubt that it's true, but you never know. This is the crazy world of boxing. Maybe we will get AJ versus Klitschko 2 on April 13th. I hope not, but you never know. In fact, I would probably prefer AJ versus White than AJ versus Klitschko. I know White is also a rematch, but yeah, please don't resurrect this old opponent. At least White has been fighting regularly. At least he's been ranked in the top 10 and, he beat Joseph Parker and all these kind of people. As much as I'm not keen on seeing AJ versus White 2 on April 13th, I'd rather it than AJ versus Klitschko 2. Just my personal opinion. And God knows what's happening with Jarrell Miller and Dylan White at this point. They're both in the dark, it would seem. Dylan White is exploring different possibilities. I've seen some people say Dylan White don't really want the AJ fight. That he's just looking for a way to swerve it by talking about the money and looking at the Dominic Brazil fight, because if he loses to AJ, all these pay-per-view events that Dylan White's doing are going to end. So I've seen some people say that. Maybe they're right, maybe they're wrong, who knows? But whatever the case may be, let me know what your feelings are in the comment section below. Is AJ going to fight Miller, White, or Klitschko on April 13th? Will the April 13th date be scrapped altogether? Maybe he'll fight Miller in June. In fact, yeah, they weren't talking about him fighting Miller on April 13th. They were talking about him fighting Miller in May or June in New York. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. It's happening. I'm out. Join me on Patreon. I upload a minimum of 2 podcasts every single week, covering a wide variety of controversial topics, as well as live stream Q&A sessions. Take a look on screen right now at some of the podcasts I've produced so far. For just $3 a month, the equivalent of about £2 a month, you get access to all my new podcasts and my entire back catalogue of past podcasts, including my popular Confessions of a Nightclub Bouncer series. You can listen on your computer or on your smartphone or tablet by downloading the Patreon app from the Google Play Store or the App Store for free. The Patreon app also allows you to download each podcast in MP3. For less than the price of a cup of coffee, you get access to dozens of hours of exclusive content. It's easy to sign up, there's no contract, and you can cancel at any time. So come and join our community of free and critical thinkers by signing up with me here on Patreon today.